Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the vlog. Today we're taking a break from Universal Rocks and building, but trust me, we're going to be back to that tomorrow, maybe even later on this afternoon. But I wanted to come visit my buddy Chase. Has an amazing boa and ball python collection and a few other snakes. I needed to see some animals. You know how it goes. You know, I can't just build cages all the time. So we're just going to go around, meet up with Chase, show you guys some amazing snakes. I could not be more excited about this. This is just what I need to kind of perk myself up. So what do you say we sit back, have a great time the next 12-15 minutes, and look at some amazing snakes. All right, man. I'm with my buddy here, Chase. How you doing, man? Thank you so much for having us, man. I appreciate you. And I'm going to put all the links in the description to all his stuff, so go show him some love. Definitely has some amazing animals. So what do you got for us today? You got anything in particular, or we're just going to look around and see everything?
I think we'll just kind of go through and see a little bit of everything. Some of my favorites that I made for the year, some of my favorite older stuff that I'm still raising up or breeding or whatever, and we'll just go through it that way. See how it goes.
I'm excited. Let's just jump right in. What in the world? So obviously a true red tail boa. What's the locality on this one?
This girl here is a Suriname. She's a big girl that was like wild caught in like 06, I think it was, and she's just always hung around here. She's never bred or anything. I actually finally got a male for her, so I'll try probably this year or next.
Oh my gosh! And turn around, let me see this tail. Look at this tail, guys. The babies we have just recently got, which were Peruvian, are, you know, obviously a different locality, but they're the similar tail as they get bigger. That is why I love true red tail boas. That is ridiculous, dude.
And they get that true size. You know, like so many people think the Colombians get huge, and the Colombians can get just as big as this, but it's not as common. Now the BCCs, I mean, they just get...
Yeah, and look at the size of the head of the BCCs. Are just, oh my gosh.
That's the thing. I love these guys. Like, I mean, this thing is just pure muscle. You can see how she has that real nice square look to her. Doesn't really have any roundness. That's like, you know, the shape you want to keep your boas when they're getting big.
Exactly. You don't want that round look to them where they're overfed.
Right.
Yeah. No, that's beautiful, dude. Wow.
This is definitely one of my favorites.
I'm flipping.
Yeah, I know Jace.
This is a really awesome girl. Let's see. This is a blood Arabesque female.
Oh my gosh.
Her colors really held. Sometimes you see some of the bloods that they just fade and they get really dark. I mean, I have one over there that's just really dark.
Oh my gosh. That did get super dark, didn't it?
So this just shows you the quality difference in blood. This one wasn't bred as well, and this one was just bred and really kept the color and held it a lot better.
Wow.
So this one here that's darker is the Motley.
Right. Okay, so that's a blood motley?
Yeah.
Blood motley and then
really
arabesque. So yeah, the arabesque is, gosh, it was Steve Hammond was the guy that originated this way back in the day. And so it's kind of like a pattern, slightly a color mutation as well. And then, of course, the blood is that nice red color. And some of these guys get amazing. So this is a powerhouse genetically, you know? Yeah. I mean, both of them are actually.
And she's had albino to top it off.
Oh, yeah. So you're talking about, what do they call those? Dragons?
Yeah, sun dragons.
Sun dragons, yeah. Oh, my gosh. Those things are great. Oh, my gosh. That's gorgeous, dude.
This girl here,
is it a Labyrinth or is that?
So Labyrinth? This here is a Hypo Labyrinth Fire.
Oh my!
Pretty sure she's a jungle as well, but like her colors and everything, they're just insane.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. That Labyrinth stuff is crazy too. I mean, that's another gene that is like everyone wants.
It does, and it has like it's so much potential because it's like the super forms of blue-eyed Lucy, like we see in ball pythons, like a crystal.
It almost looks like a crystal ball python. So it's what's nice is you have obviously like the Princess Diamond, which is the super fire stuff or whatever, and then you have the super Labyrinth, which is like more like a crystal. So this is a blue-eyed Lucy, but it's got a bunch of pattern, which makes it really cool. So that has a lot of really amazing genes in it. So that has both genes in it.
Yeah, that has both the black-eyed Lucy producing and what I would consider the blue-eyed. Of course, Jeff Ronnie over at Boafile that originated, he calls them the crystals.
Yeah.
Technically, you know, they are crystals, like you exactly see in ball pythons too, though.
But they're blue-eyed. Yeah, I agree. So that's amazing. And you were kind of one of the early guys in the fire gene, right?
I was, yeah. I got into it real early. Unfortunately, I didn't, you know, set the goal out to make a bunch of fire combos in my time, or necessarily make a lot of Lucies. I just wanted to make the fires to like raise up to be able to make more Lucies down the road. So hopefully this year will be one of my most producing years for Lucies. So should get quite a bit of them out this year.
Remember when we did the blacklight at BHB? Well, you said this one is crazy, right? Under a blacklight?
Yeah, this guy here, this is a Mojave Special Spot-Nosed Leopard.
Wow.
And the pattern underneath there is pretty unique whenever the blacklight hits it.
Well, let's take a look. Let's see what's going on.
Let's see here.
Oh my gosh, look at the pattern on that thing.
My light kind of stinks here.
No, that's good.
But look at all that.
Oh my gosh, that is crazy. That's probably one of the best ones I've seen.
That's definitely, yeah, that's one of my favorite. This is actually the first snake that I've ever blacklighted.
And you're like, oh, everyone's going to look like this.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
I've never got a blacklight any other that actually showed pattern for me.
No, that is ridiculous. So that was impressive. That was kind of what I was thinking some of the animals I showed you guys last time was going to look like that. This one, that's a ripper, man. Unbelievable.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite 2019 snakes, just because that pattern. And also, so this guy here, it came out, and man, it is just an awesome animal. This is a spot nose special leopard.
Oh,
so
wow.
it just, to me, it looked like a blood python almost whenever it came out. So
no, that thing is ridiculous too. Wow. What in the world? This doesn't even look real, dude. It looks like it's painted.
Look how clean, just crazy it is. This one is a Hypo Fire Labby. I don't think this one carries the jungle like the other one did, so that's probably what made the difference in the color there.
Oh my gosh, that is I mean, that is breathtaking, dude. That is ridiculous.
I don't know if you're able to see the little specks there that are on her tongue, like she has a little bit of black.
Oh yeah. Now is that something that you see with and it is crazy, it's like modeled.
Yeah.
So is that something you see with either the Labyrinth or the Fire, or is that just random?
I definitely noticed it with you know, whenever I've combined this combo together, where I've seen a lot more of another. There are fire combos that tend to have it too. I found like with the Hypo Fires, that's where I seem to see it the most. So
wow.
Yeah,
that is ridiculous.
This animal's is just insane, honestly. Her colors are just crazy.
Ooh, does this got blood in it?
This doesn't have blood in it.
This is just blood in it.
My buddy Jesse Hermanson unfortunately got out of the industry, but he made some phenomenal stuff, and man, he selective bred this guy.
So this is just a polymorphic, selectively bred trait.
Basically, yeah, and just got the best hypo that I've ever seen for myself, you know.
So this is just a hypo?
Yeah, this is just a straight hypo with so much color packed into it. The only reason that I would not think it was a blood is just because it doesn't have the solid black eyes. Otherwise, I would be fooled that it looks like a blood too.
It does. That is crazy. So that's just, again, generation after generation of, you breed the highest orange, highest red, whatever the case is, and then that is a practice in patience, because it could take many generations to get something that amazing. Yeah. That is ridiculous, dude.
And that's one of the big things, like with the boa community. The boa community loves to try to be selective on their breeding. Yeah. You know, we see a lot of people, even in like the ball python world, I love ball pythons, but none of us necessarily care about making the better looking one a lot of the times. It's just about getting the genetics into it to go there.
Exactly.
And even I'm guilty of that myself, you know. So, you know, it's just that's something that I think will slowly change, though. You know,
I think you're 100% right, but that is crazy. Wow, that thing is crazy, dude.
So this is just a single gene base, I believe, of a new mutation that came out of import female. What's crazy is mom doesn't look like anything drastic. Going to try to give it a little bit of a chance.
Dude, this thing, is it incomplete dominant? Is it recessive?
This is actually the first clutch of them that I've ever made, so I believe it might be incomplete dominant. I got a handful of them in the clutch. They came out pretty nice.
Remember, there used to be a ball python they almost called like blurry gene or something like that. This is what reminds me of it, but it's never been inherent, so you finally figured it out.
Hopefully.
Oh my gosh, dude,
this is amazing. So I'm going to raise up. I think I got 2 good males out of this litter and then 2 females that are pretty decent, so I'm going to raise those up, try to breed them out, see what comes out of it. Hopefully I can get something. I mean, the potential, I think, just between these two, looking at them, is just insane. So
these are, wow. These are like orange dreams on steroids.
Yeah, that's kind of, that was my thought. You know, like whenever I first seen them, it almost reminded me of them. But hopefully,
could you imagine putting these into different morphs?
Oh man, the colors should be insane.
God. So hey, man, I hear that you were recently. Someone thought that you were my son Noah when you were out on. I think you kind of look like him, man.
You kind of eyebrows, just like
know you guys look alike. I tell you what, you have to come up and visit us, man. We'll do a video on Bad Choice Noah's.
My family's up there in Wisconsin, so.
Perfect. When you come visit me, man.
Will do.
Keep up the good work here, okay?
Gotcha.
All right, brother. Be good. Oh my gosh, that thing is beautiful.
So I'm going to try to really selectively breed to really try to get this color into all of them.
Yeah, that is a rare color. I mean, I don't know that I've ever seen one that yellow. Wow.
It's just hard to beat that contrast comparative, isn't it?
Yeah, if you can polymorphically breed that, which you should be able to.
Right.
That is going to be a line that everyone's going to want.
Mainly Ghost Hypo, but also has VPI T positive in it. So
nice.
Adds in the VPI. Whenever this thing comes out, it's just solid white. This is kind of like a purpley color. This is how they age. What's crazy about these animals, though, is there's 2 different types that seem to be out there. Now, they're the same genetics and everything, but it seems like some turn way more yellow, and some turn like this really just crazy ghost look, almost like the best ghost you could ever imagine.
Yeah, this is like the perfect ghost. I mean, that is a beautiful animal.
That's what I always told people, was they're just like the best ghost there is out there. And like the tail on this thing with all the high wide speckles right there.
Wow.
It's just insane.
Yeah, that VPI stuff is amazing too. I love it. It makes everything look better. So
everybody
look at the eyes on that sucker. Oh my gosh.
Everyone always asks me, you know, if I have any pet boas, and this is truly the one that is just here's a pet. Yeah,
this is it.
This is just the one that I'll never risk anything ever happening to her, like forever. Just, you know, she'll be an animal that stays here.
That's awesome. Guys, check this out. This is the breeding courtship of a boa. These guys are actually called Sunglow Boas, which is albino and hypos, and you can see the male is smaller, which is typically the case, and he's just kind of courting right now. He's not actually hooked up, but that's what will happen. He'll actually take those little spurs, those residual spurs, and he'll start just scratching on the female's back, and then eventually she's going to raise her tail and they'll wrap around. But this courtship could go on for hours and sometimes even days.
I'm not sure how well you're able to see, but like all throughout this area here where it's just nice and thick, that's just all babies that are developing inside this girl. So she's doing about March, and here in the next 2 months she'll really start to balloon up and hopefully have, you know, I'd say 15 to 16 babies inside of her. I don't know if you guys can see, but there's a whole bunch of little smiley faces going along the back. Gosh, multiple of them, different looks. There's a real good
like
smiley,
a scary face there, like ooh, boo.
Everyone always enjoys that one.
What is this?
This is a super cinnamon. That could be a butterfire spider pinstripe.
Oh my gosh, that looks so
It's
good.
in shed now, unfortunately, but usually it just is like really crazy gray and little black specks all over. It's really neat.
Wow, it's like a cement look. Almost looks like you took a snake and cast it in cement. That is super cool. That is super neat. And again, you know, I know you work with a lot of great ball pythons and stuff like that. Boas have been, you kind of started as a boa guy, right? Or were you kind of both?
You know, I definitely started as a boa guy and then got the ball pythons just because I really enjoyed them, honestly. Yeah. They were just something different, eggs. I liked the fact of eggs. And then from there, honestly, it kind of spread off to a little bit of other stuff too here that you can appreciate for sure.
Sunset. Oh my gosh, it's been a while since I've seen one of those, you know what I mean? But no, what is this, a sunset?
This is a sunset fire.
Fire, nice.
Yeah. And it just really helped the color up, brightened it up. I was lucky enough to get 2 of them this year.
Gosh, look at this.
So I got a pair. They look, you know, it's crazy how different they can even look just between the two, in my opinion.
Oh my gosh, they're amazing. Yeah, and of course that sunset gene is a recessive mutation. Just a really unique gene. I've obviously loved it forever.
Which is just a Hypo Aztec. And I mean, you can see it's just crazy, absolutely insane all over its body with color just packed in.
Oh my gosh.
Most people would mistake it for a blood for sure.
That's what I thought as soon as I saw it. That's even better than most bloods that I've seen. So, wow.
It truly is.
That's going to be amazing. And these are centrals then?
No, these are pure Colombian. Well, I guess technically they can't be because of the Hypo, but it's been so outcrossed.
Yes, the Hypos have been, for so long. For 20-something years they've been outcrossed.
Yeah, they might as well be pure because it's about as pure as an outside mutation I guess you can get.
Exactly. Wow.
So these are T-positive Aztecs. That's a T-positive Aztec Posset Anery. This is a T-positive Aztec Motley Posset Anery. Wow. And it's just crazy how the
Motley changes the color so much.
Completely. And I do think the head anery definitely played effect. I don't know if this guy's head anery could be, but I could be wrong. But this one just so faded and washed out, it makes me really think that it is.
Yeah, I think you're right.
What's crazy is look at all those little peachy scales that you get in there that you can barely see.
It's amazing. That's gorgeous. So for all you guys that always are saying more boas, show me more boas. Hope you guys are enjoying it because I know I sure am.
I haven't seen a lot of Cali Kings. I'm sure this is a pretty common one, honestly.
Not really. I mean, it's there's really the most common are banded or striped. This one is kind of in between, which makes it interesting. And then you typically will see like higher white ones with this type. So to have that pattern, it's not very common, to be honest with you.
I really my thought was if I could just make this thing in albino form, it would just make an amazing animal, honestly. So
I think that in itself, and I've been saying black and white Cal Kings for the last like 2 years are the next big thing. Like, you know how Mexican black kings became super popular?
Yeah.
I think black and white Cal Kings, because the contrast, black and white, is so amazing. And like you said, you can get in those crazy patterns and colors, and I mean, it makes it, and then here you go, nice high white banded animal. This little baby. I mean, look at how crazy contrast that is. So beautiful.
It's crazy how tiny they start out, though.
Oh my gosh, yeah. But they always do well. They're always monsters. So.
They're great eaters. That's the one thing that I can say about them. Dig them. I'm going to get a couple of them, just round it up, just to have a nice little group of them, honestly.
Look at this one chewing on your finger.
Yeah, he's trying to. He can't quite get it. That's the fun part about Cali Kings. They like to eat everything.
They love to eat. That's a good thing, right? Makes it easy, so that's awesome. So this is amazing. This is actually a pretty large scaleless.
Yeah, this guy's a 2017. So, I mean, he's going on 3 years old this July. So he's doing phenomenal for me, honestly. Like I say, they have just a little bit of care that needs to come in. And truly, I wouldn't even consider it necessarily care a lot of times, but you can see they tend to pull off just a little bit on their belly here.
Right.
And just that little bit on their belly comes off. As long as you don't get inside here and start picking at it and try to do anything to it, just let them sit their course. I would say 9% of the time he sheds on his own. The only downside to my animal, that talking with a couple other people, scaleless, that I've noticed is mine has really big scales right here around the nostrils.
Oh, okay.
So sometimes that tends to get stuck. That might be the only part that I really have to help him on. Once he rolls that nostril, tend to go down all the rest of the way and, you know, shed off on his own. The only thing is that belly tends to come off a couple days before.
Well, that certainly, you know, disproves the fact that scaleless ball pythons don't live. If you got a 3-year-old animal, looks completely healthy, looks fantastic. So, Chase, I can't thank you enough for letting us here. Again, I'm going to put a link in the description to all of his stuff. Go pay him some love and tell him I sent you. As always, if you enjoyed this video, let me know which one you liked the best down in the comments. If you can also subscribe to my podcast right over here. You can also run through a playlist right here if you don't mind. Subscribe over here, turn the post notification on. Have an absolutely wonderful day. Remember to be kind to someone. I promise. I'll see you guys tomorrow.